Welcome to The Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast once again. I am in a couple of women's groups, and they have been amazing. I know that I hear the complaints from some of my friends that they belong to a few groups, maybe on Facebook or other social media platforms, and they talk about, cattiness that may go on in the group or whatever. Well, anybody that knows me, and you don't even have to know me that well, knows that is just not something that, I cater to, want to be a part of. I'm weary about a lot of group sort of things like that. So I'm very particular about groups that I join or things that I lend my name to, as well as my business name to. But these couple of groups have been amazing. And this is something for not only women, but this is something for men as well. And any other type of relationship that is out there. I don't want to discriminate against any relationship. So this can be your significant other. It could be working relationship, whatever the case may be. But this is a passage that I want to read because it is so telling. And especially as a woman in business, I've definitely had to navigate these waters in the past. So I want to share this because I think it's important, The passage reads, "When we talk about men who provide, don't settle for just financial provision. Your soul deserves to be fed too. Does he listen to your dreams? Does he cheer for you? Does he provide support that can't be bought? Provision ain't much if it's only from a pocket." So I will tell you this, and I know this is probably talking about the dynamic of a woman to her man. But this could be any type of relationship. I don't care what the significant other combination is. Does your significant other, and this is speaking specifically to relationships, but I think that it can stretch into business relationships as well, right? Family dynamics as well. Does your partner cheer for you? Do you cheer for them? Are you happy when they win? Are they happy when you win? Are they able to sustain themselves even though you may be in the spotlight right now? Can you handle when they are in the spotlight? I'll give you a perfect example, especially when we look at Hollywood. And I remember, back in the day as Oprah Winfrey began, her climb to success. And when her show, the Oprah Winfrey Show was at a fever pitch, and you would see Stedman, her guy, I'm going to say guy because I know that they're not legally married, but her partner, Stedman Graham, this brother, he played his position. You know what I mean? He stood off to the side. He let her get her pictures in. He got in pictures when needed. You know what I mean? He played his position. Now, this is a very, very successful man in his own right. Has nothing to do with her. His success is tremendous. But he doesn't have the need to be in front of the camera. He doesn't have the need to be seen, be on the scene and seen. And he could easily probably do that because he and Oprah have been together for, maybe 30 years, right? But sometimes when your partner has the bigger platform at the moment, or I'll say it in a different way, they're in their winning season, you have to be able to cheer for them. You have to be able to appreciate what they're bringing to the table at that moment. And just because they are winning doesn't mean you're losing. It doesn't mean that your time won't come around. You know what I mean? If my business takes off before your business takes off, we're going to run with that. If your business takes off before my business takes off, we're going to run with that. Support the situation that's in front of you at that moment. You know, if you find yourself in a relationship where you're getting jealous of your partner because of their success, or you feel like what you are doing in your business or the dreams and aspirations that you have are not quite taking off yet, right? And you feel a way about that. You know, like, well, why is their stuff taking off and my stuff is not taking off? Sometimes that right there, that attitude is the reason why. Because I truly believe that even if your stuff isn't taking off and the other person is, you just supporting them and rooting for them and being their biggest fan is sometimes the motivation that you need for yourself. Be motivated from that. Don't take from that you're failing or you're not accomplishing anything. It may not be your season and your time. And to be honest, when you are in a relationship, and I'm talking about romantic relationships, when you're in a relationship, sometimes the two of you winning in the same season doesn't even work because it's too much pressure. So sometimes one person needs to take a back seat, and I don't mean back seat as in we don't care what you're doing, but sometimes they need to take a back seat to this particular winning time right now. And then you switch over. You know, you see that so many times with couples where one is working, then they've got the phenomenal job and everything's happening, and the other person, their job isn't going so well, but they kind of want to go back to school. Well, if that other person is winning, they just got the big raise, everything is jumping off. You know what? The other person can say, listen, I would love to go back to school. I would love to finish my degree. I would love to earn my master's. I would love to get my PhD. I have a friend right now who's earning her PhD. And I'm telling you, her husband is so supportive. He is her biggest fan. When this girl walks across that stage to get that PhD, I think this guy is going to turn into paparazzi. It's so cute and beautiful and amazing. You know, but he has stepped to the side to allow her to flourish because getting her doctorate has been something that she has always wanted to do. I actually have been in school with this girl since I think we went to grade school together, and we also went to maybe even junior high school. And we didn't see each other through high school, but then we saw each other in high school and also in college, like literally. And we lose touch, get in touch again, lose touch, but now we're in touch and we're going to stay in touch. But I'm telling you, that's an accomplishment that she has wanted to do for a very long time. And she's been talking about it forever. So I am not surprised at all that she is right here where she is, you know? And I tell you, her husband is literally her biggest fan. And it's the cutest thing and the most beautiful thing that I think I've ever seen in a couple, you know? And I wish them well all the time. I just think they're beautiful people. So again, it's not about the financial. Coming in clutch with the financial, that's great, that's wonderful. But are you emotionally available? You know what I'm saying? Are you having intellectual conversations? Are you able to handle deep conversations? those uncomfortable conversations? Or is it weird and it falls apart and then you don't talk for like months? And then, stuff like that. I hear about this all the time. People ghosting each other. We were having a great conversation, then all of a sudden he ghosted me. Oh, we were all talking, and then next thing you know, I saw her pop up on her social media and she was dating some dude. That's weird. And it's not that you're not allowed to do that, but say something to the other person. Don't try to come in clutch every so often and think that that's going to give you a top spot. There is so much more to connection, relationships. And I'm telling you, this is talking about romantic, but I'm talking about every type of relationship. This is relevant. So think about making those deeper connections and deeper conversations, and take things more seriously. Not everything is a joke. I love to laugh. People know I love a good joke. I love to laugh. I love people watching. I love to laugh. I love the funny videos, all of that stuff. But at some point, you have to pinpoint what is important in life and strive for those things. Because a lot of times, when you see people are constantly, they just have to laugh 24/7, 7 days a week. They don't even know how to have deep conversation. Sometimes that's them running from things, So we got to have like a healthy balance. And that's what this is talking about too. Just financially, whatever. I know some people be like, oh, if I had a man that was giving me money all the time, I would love it. But you know what? After a while, there's no emotion. It becomes transactional, And there's no real emotion or heart connection. And ultimately, we as human beings, we need connection. Because when we don't have it, we become different people. We've all experienced it in the past couple of years with this pandemic. People were disconnected and it affected us, all of us. Even the introverts who don't even like being around people were like, okay, enough is enough. It was a lot. So think about your true connections that you make with people. Don't let the overall thought process of this is to say, don't let these relationships be transactional. You know what I mean? Because if they stay that way, it just festers and gets worse over time. It's like not treating a wound properly, cleaning it every day and dressing it every day. You got to put work into relationships. You got to put work into having a good relationship with your mom, your dad, your sibling. That takes work. You want your marriage to work? You have to put in work. You want the relationship to work on your job with that person that you just really don't get along with? That takes work. And a lot of people, as we all know, are not willing to do the work. And that's where things start falling apart. So no, I don't think that coming in clutch every so often will earn you a top spot. It just won't. It will earn you exactly what it is. Oh, well, okay, cool. Thanks. Next. So think about that. All right. Again, I tell you, I get these phrases, paragraphs, quotes, or whatever it is, and, I'll see them on social media or in my readings, because anyone that knows me knows I love to read. And I will just capture this. I'll highlight it. I'll put a sticky note in my book, and I'll be like, okay, I need to share this with the people on my podcast. So that was one that I wanted to share. I'm going to read it one more time, and we'll go from there. When we talk about men who provide, don't settle for just financial provision. Your soul deserves to be fed too. Does he listen to your dreams? Does he cheer for you? Does he provide support that can't be bought? Provision ain't much if it only comes from a pocket. Like, share, subscribe to this podcast. Tag me on Instagram, and I will repost you in my stories as a shout out. and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Online savings simplified. Don't search for coupon codes ever again. With one click, Honey's smart shopping assistant will automatically apply discounts to your cart in seconds. Save on all your favorite things. Easily pay less for products you're already buying online. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Join Honey for free. It takes 2 clicks to add Honey to your Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Opera browser. Find savings in seconds. While you shop, Honey will find working promo codes across the entire internet, and you save instantly. With one click, Honey will apply the best deals to your cart. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Get Honey. Download it today. Visit our link, www.tinyurl.com/ONYXHONEY. That's www.tinyurl.com/Onyx Honey. Start saving right now.